The first time Godwin heard about Pastor Evelyn, he was sitting outside his small, nearly empty shop, staring at the unpaid rent notice pasted on the door. His business was crumbling, his debts were piling up, and the future looked like a dark, endless hole. He had tried everything, loans, partnerships, even fasting and praying on his own, but nothing worked. Then one evening, his old friend Emeka walked into the shop, grinning like someone who had just won the lottery. "Godwin, you're sitting here like a man waiting for death," Emeka said, pulling up a plastic chair. "You haven't heard about Miracle of God Evangelism?" Godwin frowned. "What's that?" Emeka's eyes shone with excitement. "It's not just a church, it's a place of power. Pastor Evelyn, she's not like these fake pastors you see on TV. She sees things. She knows things. And when she prays for you, your problems disappear." Godwin let out a tired sigh. He'd heard all this before, so many people had claimed to have the real solution to life's problems, yet he was still here, broke and frustrated. "Emeka, please, I don't have time for," Emeka leaned forward. "I was just like you, Godwin. Struggling. Nothing was working. But after I went to Pastor Evelyn's church, things changed overnight. She prayed for me on Sunday, and by Monday morning, I got a contract I wasn't even expecting. I didn't have to beg. I didn't have to struggle. It just happened." Godwin stared at him. "Just like that. Just like that." Emeka pulled out his phone and scrolled through pictures. "Look at these people. That man was almost blind," Pastor Evelyn touched his eyes, "and now he can see. This woman was jobless for 5 years, now she owns a big shop." Godwin hesitated, but something stirred inside him. Could this really be the solution? "What do I have to do?" he asked. Emeka grinned. "Just come on Sunday. That's all. Come and see for yourself." Sunday morning, Godwin stood outside Miracle of God Evangelism, staring at the massive crowd pushing to enter. The church was nothing like the small, dusty places he was used to. This was a palace. The walls were pure white, the golden cross at the top shining under the sun. Expensive cars lined the parking lot, and the air smelled of rich perfume and freshly cut grass. Godwin swallowed hard. He didn't belong in places like this. But he had come too far to turn back now. Inside, the church was even more breathtaking. A golden chandelier hung from the ceiling, sparkling like 1,000 small suns. The seats were plush, arranged in neat rows leading up to the massive pulpit. And at the center of it all stood Pastor Evelyn. She was everything Emeka had described: tall, elegant, glowing. Her black silk robe flowed down to her feet, and her voice, soft but powerful, filled every corner of the building. "People of God," she said, her voice rich and commanding, "today, your suffering ends." A thunderous amen filled the hall. Godwin couldn't take his eyes off her. "There is a young man here," she continued, "your business is failing. You are losing everything. Your name is Godwin." Godwin's heart stopped. He wasn't the only Godwin in the church, but somehow, he knew she was talking about him. "Godwin," she repeated, her piercing eyes scanning the crowd, "come forward." His legs moved before his brain could process what was happening. The crowd parted as he made his way to the front. Pastor Evelyn stepped down from the pulpit and placed a hand on his head. Her fingers were cold, but her touch sent a strange warmth through his body. "Your doors have been locked. Your enemies have laughed at you. But the Spirit of God says your time of suffering is over." The congregation erupted into cheers. Pastor Evelyn snapped her fingers, and Godwin's entire body shook violently. His knees buckled, and he collapsed to the ground. Everything went dark. When Godwin opened his eyes, he was lying on the church floor. Pastor Evelyn was gone. The congregation was singing, dancing, clapping. Ushers helped him to his feet, smiling at him like he had just been reborn. Brother Godwin, one said, your life will never be the same. Godwin staggered to his seat, his heart pounding. Had he really just fainted in front of the whole church? He barely had time to process what had happened before the service ended. People rushed to meet Pastor Evelyn, trying to touch her robe, hoping to receive a miracle of their own. Godwin didn't wait for Emeka. He left quickly, his head spinning. The next morning, his phone rang. An unknown number. Hello, Mr. Godwin, a deep voice said. We are calling from the government contract board. Your application for the road construction job has been approved. Congratulations. Godwin sat up, his heart pounding. What? But I didn't even follow up. You don't need to, sir. Just come and sign the papers today.